Hello, guys. My name is Luke, and if you're just tuning in, I'm kind of opinionated. Today we got my friend here, Tim.
Hi guys, how's it going? My name's Tim. I'm not actually that quiet though.
And we're just going to be talking about our days and other stuff, and we'll figure it out and have fun.
Yeah, stuff and things and stuff.
Very descriptive. Okay, so how was your day?
Oh, not so bad. I watched some football today. It's been quite the entertaining playoff series. Questionable calls. Personally, I think the refs are still biased against the Saints. I mean, who doesn't at this point? And Green Bay Packers-Seattle game. One call in particular where Green Bay was significantly short of the first down, which would have presented itself as a turnover and a possible scoring opportunity for Seattle to go ahead and win the game. But, well, Green Bay got the first down about a yard short, so they only had to go 9 yards that time. Fun fact.
So did you watch the Seahawks game?
I watched bits and parts of it. With all the snow interference, my reception was a bit spotty. You know, satellite, collecting snow, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I know we're going a little deep right now, but because I have nothing else to talk about, how do you feel about Iran?
Oh boy, that's a loaded topic right there.
Well, actually, before we finish that, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Or which two teams do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
You know, the Titans are on a roll right now. They destroyed Baltimore yesterday, and before that, they destroyed the Patriots, which makes me incredibly happy in both occasions. I would like to see the Titans go to the Super Bowl, seeing as they've never gone. And the team's about as old as me, solid 23 years old or something like that. Founded in 1996 after they left Texas.
Wow, okay.
So I'd like to see them win. But I have a feeling it's probably going to be the 49ers. And actually, I don't know if it's going to be on the other side.
I don't like the 49ers, but we'll figure it out. Okay, back to the big question. It's called the Kind of Opinionated Podcast for a reason. So just take it away.
Okay, that's a loaded topic. We're starting off heavy, aren't we here, Luke?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Okay,
you
so
best believe.
I feel like there's been a bit of issues on both people's sides. Iran, did they actually bomb the oil tankers? Really can't say. Kind of seems reminiscent of the Gulf of Tonkin incident that propelled U.S. into Vietnam. I can't say for certain because I'm no political analyst, but that's what it kind of looked like. Was it smart of Iran to attack U.S. Bases in, Iraq? No, not so much. And then them accidentally shooting down a passenger airliner?
Probably not.
I'm not sure if that was an accident or not. If it was an accident, boy, do they have some kinks they need to work out there.
So do you feel like it was a appropriate move by our president to do a drone, to order a drone strike on the leader, whatever his name was?
Soleimani or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so from what I've gathered, he was part of the reason the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad was attacked. And if that is the case, I could see why a drone strike would have been ordered on somebody that had just attacked a U.S. embassy. I'm not sure if that is the case because there's so much inner workings to all these things. But if it were that simple and black and white, and Soleimani, or whatever his name is, did order or help execute the attack in Baghdad, then I would say yeah.
So you do think it's appropriate?
Given what I know.
Okay. So I don't know if you watched or listened in this case to the last podcast, but there's this one story that's really hit home to me. Dr. Oz said that breakfast was a scam and a sham. And an actor, Mark Wahlberg, actually said that Dr. Oz was dead wrong. And because this is probably the most important topic in our day-to-day lives, how do you feel about it?
Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by breakfast. Is it a meal that you start your day off with? And does it have to be at a specific time? Because honestly, being a college student, I've actually skipped breakfast altogether, if you can consider it that, and just started eating at about 2 p.m. I can go that far sometimes. But breakfast, from my point of view, is just breaking the fast. And I mean, obviously, hence the name. But you go to sleep, you haven't eaten since dinner, and then you wake up. and the first time you eat is technically considered breakfast because it's breaking the fast from when you last had dinner. Like,
and Dr. Oz said that waiting for brunch is actually much healthier for you.
Well, it's probably... he is a doctor. Mark Wahlberg is a restaurant owner, actor, and former rapper, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Look it up if you haven't seen it. It's fantastic videos, music videos. By far, so entertaining. It's like Will Smith's career as a rapper. It's just...
really going far.
Yeah. It's like there's a whole generation that grew up with Mark Wahlberg as a rapper and not an actor.
There's just like 7 people, and they're just like, ooh, Wahlberg. Like whenever they see him in a movie, they're just like, do you know that one song? And they all love it.
Did you ever see The Happening with Mark Wahlberg in it?
No, I haven't. What's that about?
I believe it's an M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong movie. Basically, the plants get pissed off at people and start killing them somehow. I'm not entirely sure.
Plants?
Yes, plants.
There's
like wind or something to signify the plant's anger, and they're like sending out chemicals or something that prompt humans to kill themselves. It's weird. And Mark Wahlberg's acting is top tier.
Top tier? Is it top tier like his singing career? Would you say so, or would you say his singing career kind of tops that?
I would say it's top tier like Russell Crowe's singing career. Have you heard of him?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Russell Crowe?
Yeah. He's a Australian actor. He most recently, which brought his limelight of singing to me, was Les Miserables.
Ooh.
Boy, that was a fun one. It was more like monotone talking with a bit of inflection here and there.
So was he in Les Mis?
Yes, he was. Mm. He was Javert, the main antagonist of the film.
Ooh, fancy. Okay, because I'm running out of ideas, and we're only 7 minutes in, and I promise that we might do a 1-hour podcast, if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or maybe 20 minutes, whatever. We'll end it when we feel like it.
I could keep this going all night.
I mean, if we want to. Okay, so the first thing when I look up news today is Patriots star Julian
Edelman.
Okay. Arrested and accused for vandalism in Beverly Hills. How do you feel about that?
Well,
have you heard about that?
I did. I saw that earlier today. I didn't read the article, just saw the news line. Shocker here, I've never really been a big Patriots fan.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like I personally hate any of them. They all seem like nice enough guys. I just hate them when they're on the field, because it's like, could you just please lose for like 5 seconds? And like, this playoff season's made me happy. The fact that they're out after the first round, and the fact that they lost to the Dolphins in the last regular season game, that was amazing. But I really can't say any judgment on Julian Edelman on my part. I don't know if it's just kind of sort of not fake news, but sort of just the first report, and it's initially what it looks like happened, but it could be something different, or if it is definitely proven that that is in fact what happened.
So, I mean, I'm reading the article right now, and it kind of... So, Elderman, or whatever his name is... Okay. Jumped onto the hood of a driver's car at around 9 p.m. Saturday, causing damage, Beverly Hills police said in a statement.
What prompted him to jump on the hood of a car?
You know, that could be...
Was somebody harassing him, or was he just, like, super drunk or something?
That's a good question. Well, it's 9 p.m. I have no clue. That's all it says.
Or was... Okay,
so... It's literally all it says.
The entire article is Julian Edelman jumps on the hood of a car.
Oh, okay.
Why is that breaking news? I mean, he's a big name, but if you can't get more information out of it, then it probably shouldn't be breaking news.
It sounds like it's the most important thing.
Kind of sounds tabloidy to me. You know, like Princess Diana was murdered by the paparazzi back in, 90s or whenever she was. I honestly don't remember. I just saw the VHS tape. I believe my mom or dad recorded over a home video to get the wedding of Princess Diana, so that's how I saw it.
So, that brings me to another topic. How do you feel about my generation and the generation after us not growing up with VHS or even DVDs in the next, give or take, 10 years? They probably won't have the same technology we have and think it's antiques.
Well,
like some do with VHS.
It's hit and miss because there's a lot of people that are sort of old at heart, like me. I grew up with all the VHS stuff, but I also grew up with 80s rock. And 70s and 60s and 50s. Basically anything from the time my grandparents got married on. So I'm well-rounded in certain areas, not so well-rounded in the others. Like, only recently did I figure out what a Visco girl was. That was a confusing roller coaster of education for me. But I feel like it just depends on the person. Overall, it does make me feel kind of old. I'm only 23 for disclaimer. But
pretty old to me.
I told my brother, who is 10 years younger than me, 12 years younger than me, about dial-up internet. You know. Do you know what that is? You don't, do you?
No, I don't, but I know the sound. It's like,
okay.
It's like the ear-aching sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
that sound.
Magnificent cacophony of noise. But basically, you access the internet through your phone landline. So if you wanted to make a phone call, you also could not be on the internet at the time. And I was only like, I don't know, that's how they figured it out. They didn't have wireless internet at the time. It was all wired. There was no wireless providers. Everything was through the phone lines. Cell phones were actually just on the rise, but I don't think they figured out how to capture wireless internet technology until a bit later when the first laptop came out that didn't need a Ethernet cable.
So, in like entertainment, stuff like Disney Plus and Netflix and Hulu and those kinds of sites are kind of booming right now because it's in the streaming age. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the streaming wars? Would you consider that a term between Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu, even though that Disney kind of like
owns everybody?
Owns Hulu.
Yeah. And
they're kind of competing with themselves.
Well, it's just fascinating, this whole streaming wars thing, because harkening back to the golden age of my youth, I remember the first YouTube video I ever saw was Yoda rapping, and before that, I couldn't even imagine that you'd be able to sit down on your computer and have unlimited movie titles at your fingertips. And, I mean, the closest thing for me was Blockbuster Video. But the fact that we've gotten that far and that everybody is now competing over who's the best streaming service is kind of mind-blowing and honestly inspiring as to how far we've come in such a short time. Do I have a side as to who's going to win?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to think Disney because they've got such a buttload of money. They're just probably going to buy everybody out. So soon we're going to get, I don't know, let me think. NFL football presented by Disney. I mean, technically it already is in some sort because ESPN is owned by it, but America's Ninja Warrior presented by Disney.
Yeah.
But eventually I feel like Disney's going to buy out almost all the competition.
Well, I think once Hulu starts to lose traction because Disney Plus is overtaking it with all their original shows such as The Mandalorian and all the other various Marvel shows coming out, and so I think once Hulu starts to die out, they're just gonna bring everything from Hulu into Disney Plus because they own Hulu, I'm pretty sure.
That is a good point, but there are some aspects of Disney Plus that are available on Hulu Plus that you can't get on Disney Plus. Like live sports events, you can't get those on Disney Plus, but you can get those on Hulu Plus. Like if you want to watch a live football game and it's not on any local coverage, hop over to Hulu Plus. I mean, it does have its perks and its drawbacks. I would say more perks than drawbacks. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Then you've got the other outliers like Netflix, who's cranking out its own original content.
Yeah.
They're hit and miss. Some of them are great. Stranger Things, top tier.
Oh, yeah.
The first 2 seasons of Series of Unfortunate Events.
Pretty good.
I
have all the books up here. I read them all. Fantastic.
I have not. First time I was introduced to Series of
Shame.
Unfortunate Events was
Shame.
the movie with Jim Carrey in it.
Oh, that one is so bad because this is what they did. Okay, so they got the first 3 books.
And put it all in one.
No. Well, they kind of sandwiched it. So they got the first book and they cut it in half with a big studio knife, and they put the half of the first movie at the end of the third movie, and the second and third movie were changed a little bit to make more sense with the first book, and they smushed it together.
Yeah, it was fascinating because I went into the Netflix show with the knowledge of Series of Unfortunate Events only from the movie, and I was impressed that they hadn't even covered everything the movie covered until about halfway through the first season. I was like, wow, that movie did a lot of compression and a lot of skipping around.
Yeah, they skipped a lot of stuff.
They do.
And changed a whole bunch of things. On a different note, how do you feel about The Witcher? I haven't seen it.
I have not seen it. I've seen some of the memes that have come through it, and they are gold.
I know. They're fantastic.
I've seen a couple of videos of somebody overlaying different music to the,
Toss the coin to... I haven't heard that like 7 times for some reason.
I have not heard that song. But there's like the first fight in episode 1, and people just overlaid totally different music to it, and it still kept the same theme. Somebody put Don't Stop Me Now.
I love that song. And
it was just amazing how on-tempo that song is to that fight sequence, even though it's totally not how it's supposed to go. I mean, it's like an upbeat murder fest at that point.
Yeah. So, also, kind of on the same note, have you heard about Kappa?
I have.
Yeah, on YouTube, and a majority of that.
There's a lot of stuff I don't comprehend with it because they use a lot of confusing terminology.
Yes.
But, well, YouTube's changing, and it's not always for the best. And as we're putting this on YouTube, please don't flag us.
Well, I mean, at this point, we only have 12 subscribers. Hey, you never know. I mean, with your fame, we'll probably have 20 million by the end of the day.
I mean, if we get all my photography Instagram followers over to your YouTube channel, we can at least have like 175.
Absolutely. Please do that after.
I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. I don't know if people actually follow me for my content or just like, oh, pretty picture.
They might, either way. Either way.
That might be a bit of a far left from my normal photography work. Oh, by the way, go check out this podcast. Wait, what? This is still the same?
Just out of the blue.
Is this still the same photography account? Yep. Okay, it is. Okay, cool.
So, basically, content creators, if they mark their content as only for kids, and it's not, they could be fined up to $42,530.
So here's a question: does that include live streaming? Because that is a tricky subject right there.
I think any live stream would just be because, well, whenever I put up my podcast and I do like a premiere thing, whatever that is, and you say, oh, it's live, but not really. I pre-recorded it. It says I can choose, but I don't think I really can choose because, anything could happen in the live stream.
Exactly. So, like, say, rather popular content creator I'm a fan of, Mini Lad / Craig Thompson. Great guy. On his Mini Lad channel, which was originally his gaming channel, he does meme streams. And he just live streams for 2-3 hours. And he has people send in memes. And some of those memes, they're not very kid-friendly.
Okay.
But his meme streams are fantastic. I love them, but if Kappa's gonna, like, find people for content and live streams that they can't control, it sounds like there could be a better workaround than that.
Yeah.
Seems like too easy of a solution to fix all. I mean, it's got the right idea, just horrible execution as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and didn't YouTube get fined like $2 million or something like that?
Oh yeah, I believe that was with the whole nightmarish kids content. They had YouTube Kids stuff, and they were absolutely
$170 million.
Yeah, was that for the YouTube Kids debacle last year?
Well, let's see. It's on the government thing. Okay, goodness. It's because YouTube was giving ads directly towards kids. So they were marketing ads towards kids.
I guess that's illegal. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember growing up seeing all those
Cartoon Network
infomercials that lasted like 15 minutes for a Super Soaker, and you're like, please just get back to Jimmy Neutron at this point. But they were marketed directly at kids. I mean, of course they said purchasers must be 18 years old or blah blah blah. Please consult a parent before purchasing. But they were marketed towards kids. You just had to ask your parent.
I think that's the majority of the issue, because with the Cartoon Network ads and the like cable ads, they're saying, "Oh, go ask your mom and dad," or yeah. But with YouTube ads, they're not really doing that. They're just marketing the ads to anyone.
They're just like, here's an ad. We're not going to say anything about it. Just enjoy this movie, this short clip about this thing that you might like.
Yes.
That you thought about 2 minutes ago, but haven't actually said anything about.
And the YouTube algorithm has, like, directly made it so that it goes to YouTube profiles that are interested in that kind of stuff.
I swear YouTube algorithms read my mind.
You know, I'm talking and I'm like, man, I really want some, I don't know, I really need a new keyboard, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like, I get 70 ads for, like, keyboards. Like, what's the deal with that?
Now, here's the thing.
Do you think that
Yeah.
Google's spying on you?
I think they kind of are, honestly.
You think just a tad?
Either that, or it's just an incredibly weird, outstanding coincidence, like, probably at this point it's way past coincidence. Back for my 22nd birthday, I wanted a DNA testing kit so I can get the whole DNA makeup thing, family tree bit from 23andMe. And I mentioned that to Mom over text, which is not
run by Google.
Run by Google. It's just my Verizon multimedia messaging.
Sure.
I mentioned that. I was like, hey, I'd like one of these. And I kid you not, like 5 minutes later, pop-up ad for 23andMe. I'm like, seriously?
Oh, that is...
Like, it makes more sense if you're searching on Google, like, careers for computer science majors, which is what I do often now because I've got to think about getting out of Walmart. And I get ads marketed towards me about careers in computer science because I have let them know that I am interested in that. But just thinking about it or talking to somebody on a platform not related to Google or any internet provider for that, like Facebook does the same thing. Or Google, nobody uses Yahoo anymore, but just...
Wait, is Yahoo still actually a platform people can search on?
Yes, it is. You want to know how I know?
How
My
do
grandma.
You know? Oh.
I have firmly established at this point that the only people who use Yahoo are a solid 70, 75 years old minimum. Because you just looked at it. That page does not look appealing to...
No, it doesn't.
It's
very vibrant.
It's vibrant, and it's a cluster, and the print...
all over the place.
Print is huge. It's like... for somebody who doesn't have attention, it's like drawing your attention there.
Yeah.
But for the people who are looking for one specific thing, I feel like that would induce so much rage.
Yeah. My grandma, she used to be a loyal Samsung person. She's always been kind of tech savvy. Mm-hmm. She always had been a Samsung loyal user. In 2013, maybe, when I was 9, I think.
Okay.
That's not the right math, is it? It can't be. Or I was 8.
You're 13 right now, right?
So it'd be 8. No. Whatever, we're just going to call it 8. Yeah, give or take. Anyways, I convinced her...
That was 7 years ago, so... about 8. Okay, yeah, we're good. Math checks out.
Okay, so I convinced her to switch to iPhone. Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, because Samsung's better. And then she got the one phone that, like, blew up. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh,
she got that phone. She bought that phone.
I think that was a bit later than 2013.
Was that? Well,
I believe... Let's see, I was graduating... I want to say it was about 2016. It was the S7 Note Plus, I believe. Let's double check here.
Okay. So, anyways, she got the Note whatever, and Okay, I want to make sure this is the correct one.
Just Google a Samsung phone that blows up.
Okay, that will come. Samsung phone blows up.
I believe it was around the same time as
So Galaxy Note 7.
Yeah.
So the Galaxy Note 7, she got that, and she
did it blow up in her
No,
pocket?
it didn't blow up. She plugged it in, left it in.
Mm-hmm.
Then she watched a news thing on whatever daily show grandmas watch. And
Fox News, probably. That's my bet.
yeah. Well, it was more of like weird talk show that no one's ever actually heard of.
Okay.
So, anyways, she grabs her phone and it's like really hot to the touch, and she's scared it might blow up. And I'm like, wow, it's totally gonna blow up now. You just need to switch to iPhone. And she's like, okay, I have to.
Shame.
So, you know, I sorry, Grandma, I know you're watching, so I kind of tricked you into switching to iPhone. Your phone wasn't going to blow up. It was just really hot that day.
My phone overheats all the time, and it hasn't blown up yet. Personally, I prefer Samsung a lot more. I broke my first Samsung, so I had to switch to LG, but the battery life was crap on that because it was a hand-me-down. So eventually I bought an iPhone 4, and this was back in 2017 or 18, off the Facebook Marketplace for like $60.
Uh-huh.
Let me just say there's a few things I don't like about Apple. First of all, the fact that they're the only ones who make their own phone chargers, and then they cost $25 and only last about 6 months. Second of all, the storage space on them kind of sucks. It's like, oh, you're out of space. Okay, let me just uninstall the Stocks app. No, you're keeping the Stocks app. But I don't need the Stocks app.
No, so they switched that.
Oh, really?
So I can delete.
So now you can uninstall the Stocks app.
Yes, I can uninstall the Stocks
That's nice.
app. And I can uninstall the Find My Friends app. But on my iPad mini, the thing is, I can't do any of that because it's not compatible with the newest iOS, which your iPhone 4 wouldn't be compatible.
Definitely not.
So,
I could probably play Flappy Bird on that thing still.
Oh my gosh. Didn't the guy who made Flappy Bird was like, oh, it's a too much waste of everybody's time, so I have to get rid of it?
Yeah, I believe, from what I could recall, that he believed it was a time waster and also a money waster with the whole purchase extra life thing.
In-app purchase or...
Yeah, he didn't like the in-app purchase aspect of it, and that's not what he wanted it to become, so he stopped updating it for mobile use, so as soon as your system configuration outdated Flappy Bird, bye-bye Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of spin-offs, rip-offs, everything that you'd like. It's the exact same thing, just reskinned, but Flappy Bird holds a special spot.
In your heart.
Yep.
Okay, so I just looked up news again on Google. And, okay, so we have the Julian,
Edelman bit.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So let's go to this one. No. Oh, well, I mean, this is going to be fine. Pitbull owner attack.
Oh, there's the headline.
Okay, goodness. Okay. Pitbull owner accused of murder after she and her dog allegedly attacked men. Okay, this is also a next question. Do you believe that like pit bulls are like the nicest, most lovable dogs? Because I know some people, like, if you're like, oh, I don't like pit bulls because they're dangerous, which they can be. They'll be like, oh, you're pit bull shaming me, and they'll actually take it as a personal offense.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I'm kind of of the belief that certain breeds do tend to be slightly more aggressive, but not like biting people's throats off aggressive, just more like standoffish or wary of stranger interaction, because that's just how certain dogs are.
Sure.
But is any dog naturally going to rip somebody's throat out? No. Honestly,
You don't think so?
no. I think it's all on how it's raised. I mean, if it's raised in a good household, I don't think it's just going to snap and murder him. It's not like it's chimpanzee, which has happened before, but honestly, I've had more annoyances with those yippy little rat dog chihuahuas. I just want to punt through a field goal post. Please don't get me, PETA.
Quote.
Yeah.
It's a quote.
It's
quoted.
Yeah, I want to punt them through a field goal post because they're yippy little rat dogs. They shake more than the stinking... I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. So, they just shake a lot, and then they just snarl at you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hate you so much, you're annoying, I'm just walking by, I want to just kick him out and just punt it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever we take my two dogs, Hank and Doug, on a walk, like a hike or something, and we see one of those small dogs, our dogs are pretty giant. Not giant, but they're
fairly big. Yeah.
They're golden doodle and a black labradoodle.
They're medium sized.
So we're walking them, right, and we see like a little mini chihuahua behind us or in front of us, and Hank and Doug just want to play or whatever.
And that chihuahua flips, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that chihuahua just flips at them, and they're like, "Oh, you're our superior." It's kind of funny because the dogs believe that this mini chihuahua is gonna kill them.
Chihuahuas definitely have a Napoleon complex. I'm not gonna say all of them do because I have run into one, and I'm not kidding. Just one and one alone Chihuahua that is actually quite lovable. I think it's because she's not a purebred Chihuahua, but like somehow a Chihuahua Golden Retriever mix. I don't even know if that's possible, but that's what it looks like. My friend bought her when she was a puppy. He's been raising her. She's a super fun-loving, playful, outgoing. She looks like a Golden Retriever. It's about the size of a Chihuahua. Less hairy though, but
yeah. So, anyways, on the pit bull owner accused of murder after she and her dog allegedly attacked someone.
So, what's the evidence here?
Okay, we don't know. We're going to read it. A Kentucky woman was in jail Saturday after she allegedly killed a man by jumping on him and urging her pit bull to attack. Melissa D. Wolk, 38, of Mount Vernon, was arrested on suspicion... Vernon was arrested on suspicion of murder. Kentucky State Police said in a statement, Donald W. Abner, 55, of Richmond. Okay, kind of would that be considered a senior citizen?
Nah, I don't think you're like hit senior until you get AARP advertisements.
Because I'm pretty sure that
I think that's about 60. So about 5 years short of senior status.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure that they could have used that if they could.
Senior
citizen killed.
Okay, they
died at its scene, police said. Officers in Mount Vernon said...
she's guilty. Look at that face.
Oh my goodness. If you guys could see this, I'm going to put a picture on the YouTube video, which I never do, but I'm just going to flash it. That is scary.
That's a murder face.
Okay. And saw Wolk on top of the downed victim early Friday morning, punching him in the face as the pit bull mauled him, according to a police report. I think that's enough.
Yeah, so back to my thought on how certain instincts are trained. That really sounds like a trained instinct.
You think so?
Yeah. I feel like that is definitely a trained instinct. If you've got a super docile dog and you jump on somebody to murder them...
Yeah.
Possibly could be mistaken that the dog thinks you're being attacked, but probably not. I mean... German Shepherds, for example, they've been trained as war dogs for who knows how long.
Sure.
They're actually a really loving breed.
Yeah, I know thousands of, not that, well, clearly not
quite
thousands,
a few,
but quite a few of German Shepherds that are just, like, absolutely lovable.
Yeah, I feel like it is a trained behavior, and based on the small amount of evidence I have heard from that article and her total murder face, she totally trained that, pit bull to do that, or alternatively she just neglected it so it was violent and lashed out, which is also possible. It's just kind of actually a feral pit bull. Yeah, I'm going with that.
Okay, so this is also from just looking up news.
Oh boy.
Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of people, and I think I'm starting to believe that he didn't kill himself.
He totally didn't kill himself. He's super murdered.
So surveillance video from Jeffrey Epstein's first apparent suicide was found a couple days ago, but it was accidentally deleted.
Oopsie doopsie.
So the title reads, "Surveillance video from Jeffrey Epstein's first apparent suicide attempt no longer exists." So that's basically what I just said. So they accidentally deleted the thing. Do you think there's just a whole
I feel like
of people just being like, "Oh, we're gonna protect his public image"? Is that what they're wanting?
It's not about his public image. He's dead. It's about their public image. So
what are they trying to prove?
Is there a cult of high-level pedos? No. It's definitely not a cult thing. It's not an organized sort of religion of taking advantage of small children.
Sure.
But is there possibly a ring of richer pedos that interacted with Jeffrey Epstein? That is a possibility. I find it highly coincidental that he kills himself when A, he's on suicide watch. It's like, that's literally the point of him being there, so he doesn't kill himself, and somehow he still does. And B, the fact that he said he had dirt on other people in this whole thing to possibly get a less strict sentence. So the fact that he had dirt on people, was about to admit to that in court, and then was put on suicide watch and still somehow committed suicide, it seems like there's some sort of cover-up going. It sounds sketchy. I feel like, I don't know anybody in their right mind who would actually believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself at this point. Yeah. It just seems too sketchy.
Yeah, it does. I don't think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Yep. It's just, I don't know. It's a little weird.
Abstinius non se necavid. That's Latin out there for all you nerds.
Figure it out. Okay, so we're gonna figure out something. Okay, this looks Fox News. No, okay. Fox News hosts were against the ground war with Iran. Trump listened. That doesn't sound very
I don't think we go a lot of places with that.
FBI. This seems cool.
Oh yes, I recall this one.
Okay, FBI seeks Apple's help unlocking phones of suspected. Again with the vocab.
Mush mouth tonight, aren't you?
Apparently. Okay, suspected Pensacola. Is that how you say it?
Yes, that is.
Okay,
good
I'm
job.
Glad. Naval, or whatever you say, just say it.
Naval.
I'm a little special if you couldn't tell. Okay, naval station gunman. The FBI is asking Apple Incorporated to help unlock 2 iPhones that investigators think were owned by Mohammed Saeed Al-Ashmarini.
Where are we looking here?
All right there.
Al-Shamarani. Al-Shamarani. Well, let's just go with Al-Shamarani.
Al-Shamarani, the man believed to have carried out the shooting. Attacks that killed 3 people last month on Naval Air Station, Pensacola, Florida. In a letter sent late Monday to Apple's general counsel, the FBI said that. So basically, the FBI just wanted Apple's help.
This feels deja vu. I feel like this happened.
This did happen.
I feel like this did happen.
Or like they unlocked a phone somehow because Apple just like opened up a new software update for them or something like that. I remember this.
Here's my question. It kind of depends on your viewpoint of this. Do you want privacy? Because you could have that argument that the FBI shouldn't.
Well, Apple's full point of view is, we're a privacy company.
Private-based company.
That's their new thing. So do you think this is a situation where Apple can break their kind of slogan?
That's a tricky one right there. So first of all, if the suspect were dead, well, then just go for it. I mean, he's dead. There's nothing he can lose from getting his phone unlocked by the FBI.
No, unless somebody texted him. That could be a loss on their privacy. What do you...
Ooh, good point. Jeez, that's a tricky one. So I guess there goes that. I feel like at that point it should just be weighed. The pros and cons should be weighed. I mean, it is Apple's decision in the end, but I would think that Apple would do whatever benefits not only themselves, but the greater public, and also known as their consumer market. And if this action is going to hurt them, then they probably won't unlock the phone because privacy's sake.
Sure.
But at the same time, they might unlock the phone because they don't want to be viewed as aiding and abetting a possible criminal and probably losing some investiture in their stocks. And besides that, they're not really a government-owned company, which means they don't technically have to do what the government asks them, because it's not like it's a law or anything like that you have to apply... listen to this certain thing or that certain thing or unlock a shooter's phone. I feel like it's more of just a cry for help from the FBI. I feel like if they're dedicated enough, they could totally unlock it by themselves, but they don't want to go through the manpower. So if Apple unlocks it, good for them. If they don't, well, FBI will unlock it eventually.
So either way, you can see, like...
I can see both sides, yeah.
Yeah, so if Apple does do this, it could...
it could come out
It could either help their stocks or completely decline their stocks.
Well, not just about their stocks, but just the safety of the greater public in general.
Yeah. And then if they don't, then it just kind of keeps their slogan, and it might...
It's like they're a private company, they don't do anything, but at the same time, that could lead to more damage to the greater public in regards to physical well-being and whatnot.
So... this is another topic. I've been wanting to talk about this because I think it's complete baloney.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about this. Goop. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, boy.
Kind of a Karen. She... some of the...
it's a weird company.
You know, like, wasn't there, like, a vampire aura, and they, like, got it, and it was, like, $400 or something like that?
I don't recall the vampire aura one.
Or something weird like that.
Hey, let's go to shop, see what she's selling.
Okay. Good. Okay, a modern lifestyle brand. Wow, that is very,
We stand for nothing and everything at the same time.
Yes. Shop all, let's see. Okay, oh, I just want to shop all.
The 2020 Goop Detox Guide.
Let's see what this might be.
Well, it can't be worse than the keto diet Mom's making me go on.
Really? You're on a keto diet?
Not willingly.
Ah.
I'm just part of it. I'm just there for the ride.
Okay. Oh, so they're...
Stop it. We don't want the emails.
So, $130 for a non-stick frying pan.
But it's ceramic.
We have one that's like $50 and it's probably better
just
than
as good. I mean, I think that's more expensive than cast iron
$395 for a cookware set? That's not even no, it is.
Is it non-stick?
It's a thick non-stick.
Ooh, thick non-stick.
Oh, wow, that really...
No, a single cast iron pot is cheaper than both those items. And those things can easily outperform ceramic non-stick. Personally, I would cook with cast iron my entire life if I could.
So, I just went to the part where they actually talk about their skincare stuff.
I Love You mascara.
Show all makeup. Isn't this the stuff that...
doesn't sound too far out there.
Yeah, so far it doesn't.
I mean, besides really expensive pottery. Well, not pottery, cook set.
Cook set.
Cookware.
Let's look up Goop controversy. Because I know there was like...
Oh, there's a weird one.
There's some...
I'm not sure if your delicate 13-year-old eyes should see it, but...
You don't think so?
If I'm thinking about the right one. But we'll see.
Okay, well okay, just reading this.
Take a break from acting.
Use stickers made of spacesuits to balance energy.
What?
This is what I'm talking about. So they started selling stickers to help your auras. That's with the vampire aura thing.
The vampire. Are they space vampires?
Or whatever.
Okay.
And so they made this to rebalance the energy.
Yeah, makes sense.
As one does.
Of course.
Next. Okay.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
We're going to skip that. Okay, that's also the same one.
There we go.
Okay. Do colonies.
Colonies? Wait, what does that say? Colonics?
Colonics to remove toxins from your body.
So basically, I think it's something to do with a colonoscopy.
So, I mean, assuming by the picture, I think we can infer.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with a colonoscopy, so we'll just hard pass on that.
Oh, goodness.
Whoops.
Oh, goodness.
My bad.
What did he do? Shame on you.
I apologize. We can cut that out.
We might cut that out. We don't know. This will probably go in that.
Oh.
The title of this video is going to be, we might cut that out. That's going to be the title. I always choose the title before the videos end, and the title is going to be called, we might cut that out.
Bra underwires could cause breast cancer. Are they like lead-lined or something?
I mean, they might be.
Because if they were lead-lined, I could totally see that. Like, all the toxins from lead.
No, just anything.
Just normal, non-lead. Heavy metal bra wires. Okay, then. Continuing on.
Okay. Let bees sting you to get rid of
inflammation and scarring. Last time I got stung by a bee, my finger swelled up real bad. So I don't think that works.
This is dumb.
Yeah, I got stung by a bee on the finger, and it swelled up real bad. So I don't think that works. Moving on.
So, and the last one.
Please don't be weird.
How to live your leanest possible weight. I do not want to watch an ad. Okay.
Okay, what's her suggestion for this? Because this could actually go one of two ways.
Goop came under fire when it published an article. Let's just click on the article. Let's get ready.
See.
Okay. Busting diet myths. They might have already changed it.
Okay, so I see they're using Da Vinci's Man. Nice ripoff there.
Okay. Some which can make you look like dieting.
Blah, blah, blah.
Why don't diets work? Diets at some point can work.
I feel like certain diets work.
Yeah. I
Do
mean,
all
the
the diets
keto, my dad's
I feel
kind
like
of on keto.
I've been told the keto diet works, but
yeah.
I'm 23 years old. I'm a college student. I can't actually afford to go on a keto diet.
Sure.
And I'm not a fan of kale, so whenever kale ends up in my dinner, well, that makes me a little unhappy.
Kale chips are fine. You know, the dried out kale and then, like, really salted.
You want to know what kale is? Nothing but disappointment in a bag. It's
That's
like
a great
I've
analogy.
seen kale coleslaw. It's like, that's just sad right there. That's almost as bad as vegan hot dogs. I mean, if you're vegan, good for you, but just vegan hot dogs sound so sad and disappointing.
It seems like if you bought, like, who's the person that decided, hey, I'm going to make a vegan hot dog? Can't
like,
they just make their own, like, fake, not even fake meat, just make their own kind of
different
protein.
Thing? Yeah.
To
like
get, like, instead of trying to rip off hamburgers
it's like,
and stuff.
Yeah, here's my question is, if you've got a vegan hot dog, that would imply that some point this individual who's interested in the vegan hot dog has purchased a regular hot dog
before
and knows what it tastes like.
So
and therefore wants to get a vegan hot dog because they're vegan now and they want a hot dog.
Sure.
So it's like, regardless of how hard you try that whole vegan-based meat thing, or that plant-based meat thing, it's all based on meat still. Because at one point, this person's like, you know, I love this hamburger. I wonder if we can make it out of celery.
Also, on Goop Lab, on Reddit, /television, there's a new infomercial that I think we should watch.
Let us watch it.
I'm going to get it on my phone because for some reason the software I'm using doesn't quite record the audio of the video. So we're going to look up Goop Lab
Infomercial. Is it going to be... Let's watch that top one. I mean...
The Netflix one? Is that it?
So what happens in a workshop? Everyone gets off.
What?
What the fuck are you doing this evening?
Wow, we are just diving right in there.
Wow.
Ideas that may seem out there or too scary. Are you guys ready to go out in the field and make a ruckus? Just another day at the office.
No. Not another day. Oh my goodness.
I don't think most people do that at the office, guys.
5 hours.
I mean...
I started to feel...
I don't know. I don't work. Tim, tell me. Is that...
I don't have an office. I've got a... Okay. Yeah.
Naked in a room with a bunch of women? I don't know if I have the guts. You've never seen yourselves. No. Why not?
That is definitely not work life.
And she's like 70. That's the one that was asking about it.
You know, here's my theory. She was probably in the news back in the 60s at Woodstock time.
We're here
Just kind of never let go of that.
One life. How can we really milk the shit out of this?
Okay, that was quite the loaded trailer.
Now,
right
this
there.
is not going to be a podcast for kids.
Yeah, we're gonna have to censor
Yeah,
some of
but-
those bits, even though this is a podcast hosted by a child.
And I'm not a child.
Well, child in the sense that you are
sure.
below 18. So
Sure.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mentally,
Continuing.
maybe not.
Let's just get off of the
That
Goop.
was a huge.
Yeah.
That was a lot to take in.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Jack.
Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix
Joaquin.
wins Critics' Choice Awards for Best Actor.
That would be the
for
Joker. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that.
I want to watch it.
It's
It's rated R. I don't know. My mom. Oh, okay. Entitled
Influencer expects free vacation from hotel and gets shut down. Oh, those are always satisfying.
That is great.
Yeah.
Have you seen those like Reddit videos of like entitled parents or
Choosing
something like
beggars?
that? Oh yeah.
Ah, those are fantastic.
Those are good.
You know, I've had to deal with my fair share at Walmart. You ruined Christmas. Well, actually, you ruined Christmas because you decided to order your kid's Christmas gift 2 days before Christmas. So, yeah.
Huh.
So the pollen, apparently a single pollen thing looks like the Death Star. Good to know.
Any questions? I don't
Nope.
have any.
Moving on.
Did I stutter? Oh, this might be interesting.
One time I saw Samuel L. Jackson at an airport, and he saw me and my cousin hovering around trying to gain the courage to ask him for a photo. And then he came over and said to us, "Y'all, you know, Sam Jackson's famous one word, want a photo?" And it was everything. I mean, and if you don't know what the one word I'm referring to is, you need to watch more Samuel L. Jackson films.
It's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, even me not watching a rated R movie before, I still can comprehend what his favorite word is.
Here's my theory, is that he is contractually obligated in a movie to say that word at least one time.
You think so?
Oh,
he didn't say it in Avengers. He said it in Endgame.
He tried to say it. He tried to say it.
You think so?
Yeah, he tried to say it in the post-credits for...
Captain Marvel, right?
No, not Captain Marvel.
Endgame? It was Captain Marvel. No.
Infinity War. Yeah. Which one came first, Endgame or Infinity War? Infinity War, yeah. In the post-credit scene when he gets Dusty, he tried to say it in Infinity War. Technically, funny enough, I learned this from an R-rated movie, but PG-13 movies are allowed one F-bomb, and as far as I can see, that's true. And that fantastic tidbit of information was delivered by Samuel L. Jackson in... No, wait, it wasn't. Never mind. Okay, totally different movie. I thought it was relayed by Samuel L. Jackson in what was it, Pulp Fiction, but I can't remember at this point. I've got so much random trivia stored up there. But yeah, I still think he's contractually obligated to say it at least one time per movie, unless it's Star Wars.
So this is also on Reddit, sponsored by ESPN Plus, which is Disney, because it has the plus at the end. So, McGregor versus Cowboy. I don't know who Cowboy is, but I know who McGregor is.
Cowboy looks like he's seen some better days.
He does look like that. He looks like he looks like a washed-out Luke Bryan.
I was gonna say, it looks like he just saw a spaceship and he's about to get abducted by aliens. Like, he's not even staring at the camera. It looks like he's staring over it. He's like, look at the bright light. I don't know what Cowboy sounds like. I know what McGregor sounds like.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm the best boxer that ever was.
That's fantastic.
He's a bit stuck up.
Moving on. This is... Yeah, okay. So let's go on the next thing. Okay, round of applause. We're 52 minutes in.
Wait, seriously already?
We're 52 minutes in.
Dang. Man, that went by fast.
It did. Wow. Okay. Because whenever I do the 20-minute thing, I'm sitting down by myself and I'm like, wow, this is gonna take a while, and then like 2 minutes later it's already 22 minutes.
Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah. Wow.
This has been fun though.
You know, we're gonna only do an hour because and
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that.
I mean, if we were to do like a very deep dive study on one specific topic a week or something, I could see us going 2 hours into it if we were to do one thing. But since we're just kind of bouncing around from subject to subject and we've gone off on multiple tangents at this point, I don't feel like people want to sit there for 2 hours and listen to us just ranting about tangents.
I think we need to talk about one more thing, and that one thing is, we'll figure it out in 1 minute when we look up. What am I? Whoa,
What is trending on YouTube?
Number one, we broke up, don't care. Surprising people with Justin Bieber.
Also
don't care. Game highlights, I kind of care
that
about.
That was funny.
But, yeah, you've seen it. Perfect Day, okay, I'm good. Life is Good, Drake video.
Music video.
Tempting.
Not really trending, like, news-wise.
Yes.
There's not a lot of news trending on YouTube today, and I feel like that might be a good thing overall.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we need to figure out one last thing to talk about. Any topics? Do you have any possible ideas on what to talk about?
Let's see. We've gone through Reddit. Let's see what's on Twitter.
Oh, goodness. I don't have Twitter, but we'll figure it out.
You don't need to have a Twitter account to see what's on Twitter.
Twitter. We had to say it like PewDiePie, even though that was a bad PewDiePie impression. Twitter. It's what's happening. Yes, I do! Go on your phone. Do you have Twitter?
I do have Twitter
Just
on my
check.
phone.
Just
All right.
check.
Hang on.
Take your time. Don't worry about it.
And there was... Okay. Let's see here. Twitter.
Tweet the... now it sounds in like Russians.
Yeah, the Twitters. The Twitter space.
With the... Do you think it's going to be a snow day tomorrow?
I'm kind of hoping it is.
Do colleges have snow days?
They do.
That's it.
I've had 2 snow days. Both of them were down at Boise.
Wow.
The fine people of Boise do not know how to deal with snow, but there have been a couple of other snow days. North Idaho College has had a couple. Let's see. And it is loading. It is just taking quite some time. Apparently I do not get the best reception down here.
Yeah.
Alright, what are we looking at? Tinoush Nazmiju. I don't know. Okay.
Man.
So he posted a video of an Iranian protest, and it's all in, I think, French, because I cannot understand a word of that. People are racing fish at Brigham Young University.
As one does.
Yeah, I believe they're actual fish, and not like goldfish, but like live swimming fish. Let's see. They're racing fish. So what we've got here is a relay race going on. They've each got a guppy and what looks like a sawed-in-half piece of PVC pipe, and they are blowing on a straw to create some sort of draft of air to move the fish along.
Huh. That's odd.
That looks interesting. What else is new? Let's see some of the other latest tweets.
Another question.
Yo.
If anyone, because we need to have local people on, because, you know, big celebrities won't be on my show for some reason, even though it would drastically change their career.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, who do you think locally, or, just a couple names?
Locally, a couple names.
Without completely giving away where the exact location. I mean, I could email a couple people, but judging by the facts, I don't think they would. I mean, unless it's somebody I know, I don't think anyone is really gonna want to come in my house and just.
Wow.
Unless it's. I mean, they might.
Would Daniel count? I mean, he's a pretty big name in the youth community theater around here. He's been in, what, 20 shows now?
We can ask him.
Yeah, Daniel.
Possibly. Daniel, we're coming for you.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever get out from Loon Lake, past to Spokane. You know how many times I've tried hanging out with him in Spokane on the way back from school before? Whew. At least 4 times now. And that was just in the last quarter.
Dang.
Never worked out. Did see him in Frozen, though. Good job, Team Hans, for the win.
I wish I saw that.
That was good.
I just didn't. My parents didn't want to drive.
As it turns out, the Broadway version of Frozen is much different than the movie.
Okay, guys. That was that. Hope you liked it. We're just approaching in 1 hour mark. Thank you for coming on the show.
That was fun. I should come back sometime soon. That was really enjoyable.
We just did a firm handshake, if you couldn't tell.
Very firm. No floppy fish like
But
hand.
I'm gonna stop talking now. Eventually. So yeah. Okay.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.